Greetings, ladies and gentlemen players. It is a wonderful Friday in, I want to say, April 2021, making it a wonderful day for basics. I'm over here on OGS, and we're going to have a DDK basics today. Now, since we are doing DDK basics, there are a few things I want to point out for the DDKs who are trying to follow along with this video. There are things that we are looking for. The first thing we're looking for is we're looking for the biggest move on the board. Generally speaking, how are we going to find that? Simple, simple, simple. We're going to look for the area of the board that has the most open lines on it, and we're going to find a decent move there to play. Easy. Anyone can do that. And yet it's something that I swear to God, even if you go into like 5, 6, 7 Don games, you'll be wondering, do these people know where the largest point of the board is? I don't think they do. And you know what? Sometimes you might be right. It's a skill that you are going to work on throughout all of your Go career. Another thing we're going to look at is cutting points. Which ones do we protect? Which ones do we not have to protect? Why is that? Another thing we're going to look for is make sure we're not ignoring moves that are going to hurt us. So, for example, I don't want to ignore moves that are like touching my stones or, you know, kind of attacking my stones in any way, shape, or form, unless I'm really, 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 really strong. So moves that attack us, we want to respond to, watch our cutting points, find the biggest moves. That's pretty much all we're looking for. Not really looking forward to killing anything. May happen, might not happen, who knows. But yeah, that's generally the feel of what we're doing. And if we work on those, there is absolutely no reason that we can't get out of DDK-dom. Just like if you go to the one-stop shop for in-person Go, there is no reason you can't find someone around you to play Go with. With all of these happy dots on the map all around the world, generally speaking, you can either find someone to play Go with, or you'll be able to put your dot on the map so someone else who's looking can find you to play with. As long as y'all are preferably vaccinated and you're allowed to do that in wherever you live. If you aren't able to do that, then you can get some cool swag here for when you are able to do that. Have a nice little set ready and waiting for a price that will not break the bank. Make sure you check out BadukClub, the in-part sponsor for these videos. All right, got a game. Immediately, we are playing Guntor. Hello, Guntor. He's got a lot of games. He's played a lot of games against some bots. Okay. He's being cute. He asked me if I could teach him the name of the wind. What do I want to do? I will do 4-4-3-4. Because why not? 4-4-3-4 is pretty strong. Is he going to respond? Okay, he has 3-4 facing me. That makes, like we said in the beginning, we want to approach the largest point on the board. And this is now the largest. So is this, but I don't want all of my stones on one side of the board. I want them kind of spread out. So, bish bash bosh, move we play, right over there. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Now, that said, I will admit, this is in fact a big move for me. It is true. A 3...
requested.
Okay, sure.
Undo granted.
Looks like that was an obvious mistake. He probably meant to play like here and probably misclicked. Something like over in here might be okay too. Playing from his phone, he says. All right, so he's kicking me. I used to, go really, really hard. I was like, oh, this is a terrible move. Rawr. But, I mean, the AI says that if I approach low, he can kick me. So, I can't really fault this move. Okay, he is expanding. That is fine. I will get my base, because that's what we do with groups that we want to preferably not drop dead. They need bases. This guy's going to be chatty. Let's see, have I read Rothfuss? Yes, I have. They're so good. I thought the second one could have been better. Ooh, you know you love to see it. You can tell this guy is definitely an OGS player. I looked at his games list here. You can see that he plays the AI, so it's absolutely no surprise that he is now 3-3ing me because he plays on OGS, where you see a lot of AI reviews, and he plays AI where he's seeing himself 3-3'd a lot, so he's trying it in his own game. All right. So I'm going to play normal, old school, as I've mentioned previously. I'm not going to do anything weird here. Now, this is a big point. I might not take it. I haven't decided yet, as well as the approach over here. He's Haneing me, which is weird. I can Hane here and then connect here and surprise him so he can't get this one. But we're not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and play this one and see if we can't sort of nudge him back into the right variation. So we should connect now. He could Tiger Mouth. It wouldn't be the best. Fine, he could do that too. I'll allow it. Let's back off. No problem. Just gonna extend. No issues here. What do you want to do next, my good sir? Probably extend. I didn't realize I had a 1533 up and not a 1033. So it's a little bit more time for him to use, and he's using it, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So we're extending here again because I've got like cutting points out the everywhere, and I don't want him to Hane ahead of two or three stones. Very, very important proverb. Usually you do not want your opponent to Hane ahead of 2 and 3 because you're short on liberties. So like a Hane at the head of my 3 gives me 3 liberties, which is a problem because then maybe the cuts work. And 2, it's, you know, even worse, you know? So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Now, he should connect at R18, and then I will respond and protect my cutting point, because these are cutting points that must be protected. Why is that? Simple. If he cuts here, my first instinct is to ladder him, right? So you can picture the cut, like let's say with a white stone, right? We can picture. Okay, we can't picture it anymore because he just cut me. But yeah, we picture the cut. I Atari him, he Ataris me back, then I have to connect, and then he can kill my stone. So I don't have a really clear, crisp answer to that cut right here after this is protected, which is why when he protects it, I would have Tiger Mouth. Now I'm still going to play this and hope he plays here, and then I'm going to kill the cutting stone. This is one of the last opportunities I have to fix his variation for him. So I hope he goes ahead and does so. I'm Atari. Okay, sure. That's a forced move for him. I've got to respond. Not going to give up stones for no reason whatsoever. I mean, you can't... Like, that's, I think, where a lot of players get into trouble. They start learning that you can sacrifice a little bit for gain elsewhere. So they start really trying to do that in a lot of weird positions that oftentimes don't make a lot of sense. Here it's just proverb. I'm going to Hane ahead of 2 and 3 stones. And regretfully, we're probably going to be playing R18 and taking his Q18 stone really shortly after I'm done defending myself, which I think I am now done defending myself. So there we go. Note his cutting points. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 cutting points right now. I've only got 1. So I've been fixing my cutting points. He's not fixing his cutting points as of yet. So we know there's stones that are going to be dying. More cutting points you create, the more you have to like reallocate. Does this cut work? Does that cut work? Does this one? Does that one? If I take advantage of this one, does it open up the other one? Like, it's just stupid to have to read all that. So we're just not going to. And we're instead going to protect our cutting points as they come around. If our groups are in any way weak. That way, less we have to read. Way less we have to read. Okay, oddly enough, my stones here are kind of in trouble. So tight. Excuse me. Tell you what I'll do. I will go ahead and make a base here. He doesn't have the worst result in the history of ever. Not the worst result by any means. Okay, he's taking the approach. That's good, 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 good. We're kind of transitioning back into a more reasonable game. I could play here and take territory, or I could play here and strengthen my group. Now, I don't like this group's position. I think it's a few moves away from having a very bad time. I'm a large knight, and that's predominantly it. So, tell you what, I am... if I pincer him, no, I'm just going to have a problem. No way he gets a pincer right. No way he gets a pincer right. Alright, I'm going to give him an easy Jiseki. Rather than do a one-space pincer on a fourth line approach onto my 3-4 against a 17Q. I doubt he has a lot of Jiseki memorized to find a branch there that he's going to like. This one's the most common one. Like, most common Jiseki in the history of ever. So this one he should get somewhat okay. He can play, like, really quickly. I expect, like, this one, pull back, connect, one-space jump into maybe this one. It's not the worst thing ever. Not the worst thing ever. He might surprise. He could, oops, I didn't mean to hit that button. He could surprise by doing this one instead when I back off. And then using this to do, I don't know, something light in the middle. So we got this. I didn't mean to erase all my marks. Let's go ahead and re-add them. We've got this is a biggie move. This is a biggie move. This is an okay move, but it's not that big, so I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. But here's the thing. I anticipate that I will not be playing a big point currently on the board yet when I have Sensei. Like, I expect him to connect. I'm going to respond. He's going to play something else there, and I'm not going to take a big point, probably. Why is that? Why? Because I'm playing basics, right? And I'm trying to be nice. No, it's not the reason. He's going to probably play here or there. That's fine too. He could have played here first into this one or here first into this one. And I would go and help my weak group first. Before taking a large point, I would take an urgent one, which is helping my group here because I'm ostensibly still just a large knight. And I don't like that. So I would like to play one of these, but I would like my group not to be attacked. So I'm going to defend it to make sure it can't be. Or if it is attacked, the attack has less value because I just strengthened myself against whatever he was going to do. Now, I am going to follow up this severely because that is punishment for trying to play random moves against me. Like, he played here, I responded, he now has 3 liberties, the Honda means he only has 2. So this isn't really going to ever be an attack because the stone is too weak. Which is why, when I responded to him, he should have responded to me to make his stone stronger. Give himself more liberties, that way maybe he could attack me later. He can't just do that off of this little guy with only the 2 liberties here now. That goes into another proverb where you don't want to attack with a wet noodle. I mean, yeah, sure, you can slap him with it. You can slap him with it, and it's gonna make a thwacking sound, but it's not really gonna hurt, you know. It's just gonna be like weird. Don't let him head 2 and 3. Bam! Easy extension. Just by the proverbs. No reading required so far in anything we've done yet. No reading whatsoever. Is 0.
Undo requested.
Sure, you can undo. He said he's on mobile, so he's going to misclick sometimes. It's no problem. It's fine. It's fine. Make sure you can't head 2 and 3, so we extend it again. Again, didn't even mention it before I played it because it's really, really obvious, you know? In this case, if he did Hane and I didn't respond to him, then it only has 2 liberties and he has nowhere to go, so Stones would be dead. But yeah, didn't have to read it out. Proverb helped us. Proverb helped us. Nice and simple. So even a moron connects versus a peep. So I'm going to play here, but is that really the basic one? Do I need to... Yes, because obviously if he tries to cut through me, I can just play there and kill the one stone. It's fine. I don't think that required reading. I considered it like, if he tries to push and cut, does it really require reading to know I can just Atari that stone and kill it? I don't think so. I don't think that required reading, right? Okay, fantastic. So he's trying to be nice and safe now. I'm going to come out as well because I don't really see eyes here with my group. So yeah, let's look after it for a little while longer. Again, I want to play these blue points, but I can't play the blue points yet while I'm in trouble. I could, and this is what you see Dons do constantly, because their life and death gets better. You wind up seeing them like, you know what? I'm going to let myself get attacked here because either A, they're being disrespectful and they think that you're trash and you're not going to be able to do anything against them. Or B, they're like, you know what? Even if they attack me severely, I bet I can still make 2 eyes. And that opens up its own little problem, because then you got these little games where it's like, yeah, they live with 2 points, but I ain't a lot of points. If you're just going around having like 12, 15 stone groups making 2 itty-bitty points, you're going to lose that game. Can't be done. Here, there's a cut, so I'm defending. Can't be done, right? Can't be done. Makes sense. Makes sense. And then, of course, there's the jerks, the disrespectful fools, who are just going to assume that, you know what, I probably am gonna die if I could probably be killed here, but I want to play somewhere else, and I'm just gonna hope that fool can't find my vital point. Like, you see that a lot. 6 Dan on tie gem is riddled with those people. I think that's like the last rank they can get to before they run into a hard wall that they can't climb with that kind of style of play. Like 7 Dans don't let that crap slide. Sixes are kind of infested with that stuff still. Which unfortunately means until you get to 6 Dan, you're going to be seeing that in your play. You kind of accept it. You treat it like a life and death problem. Like, oh, okay, well, what do I do here? It's like black to play. I really want to do a series about dealing with like playing and anxiety and whatnot. I heard someone talking about that earlier today. And the ways of dealing with it. I want it to be its own video though, so it can easily be referenced. I don't want to just kind of like shoehorn it into a basics vid. I'm surrounded. Tell you what, I'll give you a nod and say maybe I need extra space for a base. Connect up? That is so small to connect up. That is so small to connect up. Oh, it's so tiny to do. I'm doing it though. It's fine. I'm connected up. That's so tiny. My groups are safe now though, so that's Pog. Ugh, oh god. Oh, that was a small move. Normally I would probably like lean on here, separate, divide and conquer, and just start trying to kill everything. And you know I can. It does have the risk of it being I'm taking a stone because it's an Atari and he didn't respond. And now I'm playing the big moves. This is the last move that I'm playing. That's goats. There we go. So now, biggie points. Why can we play big points? Because we've got these guys out of danger, right? This connected to this. This is still fine. I could try to attack, but here's the threat about doing that. And why we don't really worry about that in basics right now while we're learning direction of play and all that good stuff. If I choose not to take a blue point and instead decide to attack, what I'm saying is that attack is worth one of those big points. And here's the danger. If I'm wrong about that, and he's fine, and worse yet, maybe he's fine in Sensei, and he takes a big point, suddenly the score dramatically shifts into my opponent's favor because I just gave him a free big move for free that I could have taken. You know? So I'll just go and play here. It's big side. I anticipate... What do I anticipate? Pincer to grow? Okay, I'm responding to this, though it's silly. There's no cutting point there. I'll give him a freebie. Oh, he doesn't know he can't do that. Shoot. Deadstones, 2 of them coming up. This is actually a very interesting peek into the mind of the 17Q, because you can see that he's reading how to kill me. And he shouldn't be doing that. He should be looking at where are my cutting points, because he's made a few of them. What groups are weak? Where are the big points? That's it. Instead, he's creating group. He's like getting more complicated when he needs to just have a... If he can. Later on, he can. But first, he needs a nice foundation to understand the risks of playing that way. Like if you're creating a brand new group, you know that brand new group needs to be looked after for quite a few moves. You know that, okay, good job. I get Sensei now, though. But yeah, you know, like, the dangers of doing that, what it's going to mean if he has a weak one on the board, and, you know, all that stuff. All right, got myself a base. Like, I have no interest in what he's doing. I'm not trying to kill him. I'm just looking at big points. That's it. That's all we're doing. And because he's looking around and trying to find like how to put pressure on my groups and fight and attack me and kill me when he's still struggling with cutting points and liberties and things like that, the attacks don't land very hard, you know? The attacks don't land very hard, especially when you see like things like this, right? So that's why DDKs, we must focus on these basic things. Like right now, I'm not letting him Hane ahead of my not letting him Hane ahead of 2 of my say it the third time's a charm. I'm not letting him Hane at the head of 2 and 3 stones. Got it. And, oh, that was not bad. Okay. There we go. So not letting him Hane, I make sure my groups are fine, and I'm playing the big points. That's it. That's all we're doing. And you can see I'm doing just fine. I got some territory here. We got some points growing here. The top's doing fantastic. You know? Got no complaints. Oh, complaining. You saw that from the AI, didn't you? You've seen AI cut you here. Tell you what, if you've seen it, then you know the Joseki. There. This one I'm playing the diagonal because I know... I have a hunch he knows the Joseki. So I'm going to play the Joseki that he knows. So, it's fine. If you don't know it, you could just Atari it, like, do whatever, it's fine. He should be playing here, and then here. And then we're making him to a, bummer. Oh, that's going to be a bummer, actually. All right. Protect the cutting point right now. Protect the cutting point. 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 Come on, do it. Protect the cutting point. Gotta protect it. Because I told you what we're focusing on. Big points, cutting points, making our groups, make sure they're nice and strong. See, he's trying to build, which is fantastic. If he wants to be a builder, he can be a builder. If he wants to be a fighter, he can be a fighter. But it's got to come after you have a strong foundation. Once you have a strong foundation, you can decide what you want to build on top of it. If you don't have a strong foundation, and you try to build on top of it, then it's going to crumble. Like right now, this position here, they're trying to build off of. With one Atari, it just fell apart. Why do you do that? Because he's building that off of a bad foundation. We put even the teeniest, tiniest bit of pressure, like it's this poke, like go boop, boop, like teeny tiny poke, and that's enough to send it crumbling down. You know? And it's really tempting to look at things like this and be like, oh man, I'm willing to get better at fighting. No, you're not being outfought. But if you look at this and you see like, oh yeah, like there's the Atari and we're falling back because I'm just bad at fighting. Like, no, that's not the problem. That's not the problem at all, sir. I assure you it's not. Oh, we want to play here. There's a sequence here that could be really, really funny if I didn't have G3 on the board. So I don't want to get into anything weird and complicated and stupid here. Instead, I'm going to connect. We're not getting into a co. I'm not going to cut him like a crazy person. I'm just going to connect. Once again, he protects cutting points. Okay. Now remember, there's 2 big points on the board that I wanted, which is why I'm completely fine with not fighting here. Because another big point on the board I want to get for myself. So, gonna go grab it. Easy as that. But now I need large points to think about getting if I get Sensei again. So I'd be thinking, I could, like maybe poking here. Hello, bigger one. Poking here could be a thing because I can connect. So maybe that's a good way to reduce. Maybe capping here to make sure this can't keep growing out of control. That could be a thing. Killing the crap out of this group is a thing. Trying to kill this group is a thing. We're not doing those. I'm just, just interesting. Just interesting. Got my territory up there still. Territory here still. Territory here still. How many points is it worth? Don't even matter. I'm confident in our basics enough that we don't have to care. We're fine. Normally I do a 1-point jump here. So it's a smidgen better. But I'll just extend. I'm going to turn. Gonna keep him disconnected. And I know what a lot of you are thinking, like, ooh, but what about that white territory on the left? Oh my god, he's getting so many points. Calm yourself. We've had a lot of points for a while now, too. This is okay. Is this really basic, though? I have to wonder, Maybe not. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to play here. This is still big. I'll take it off the board, though. There we go. And this threatens to link up underneath and just keep reducing, so that's fine, too. Got a big old corner. Got a big old side. Decent right-hand corner over here. Like, I think we're okay, right? And we're doing nothing complicated. Anyone can do this. Anyone can do this. Not even worrying about slaughtering things. We're just playing them biggie points. I wonder if I should tell Gunther that the review to this video will be live on Friday. This is just a shape thing. I'm helping my group simultaneously. If you would just want to play this one instead, that's fine. This is slightly better shape. Because my cutting points are defended. Like, you can't play here, because I'll just... And then if you place here, it's just easy, No problemo, man. This is a huge cutting point, though, to get. If I push, and he blocks. Oh, so many cutting points. You see? This is why we practice. This is why we always look out for cutting points. I'm going to push. And I'm going to be very gentle in killing this one stone. I'm going to be very, very gentle. Just 2 hairs and some air. Oh, and now he's trying to fall back, but he's creating more cutting points by doing that. You see, this is why we look after our shape. This is why we look after these cutting points. Think about form, think about shape. Because if your opponent isn't creating all these cutting points, then he's just going to kill you with 2 hairs and some air. Fun fact. Atari extend, Atari connect, Atari connect, Atari connect, Atari, and it's dead. That's fun to note, huh? That's pretty interesting to take note of, don't you think? Nani?
Undo requested. Undo requested.
He didn't anticipate that one, did he? No problem, dude. No problem, Sir Gunther. Now, I'm tempted to play a little bit stupidly here, but I'm not going to. I will connect up and protect the cutting point, because I've been harping on about it the entire bloody game. I could connect here, because I can read that if he cuts me, I can net that, and it can't go anywhere. Protect my cutting point. So I could have played that one instead. Keeping my profit. Keeping the profit. As we say where I come from. I'm pretty sure I can kill all of this. If I was going to. Like, he's got some pretty sketchy shape here, eh? I think just that clamp would kill everything. If we're being Ernesto. Now, I want to play this still, but he can push and cut me, because this is strong and connected. So I can't play this one anymore. Actually, let me show you a secret. If I play here first, this is a little bit of a small move, and you should ignore me. But if there's a move that I want to play, and I'm worried that I can't quite play it yet, I'm going to play a defensive move. And then I can play this one, because then the push and the cut's not scary anymore.
Undo requested. Undo granted.
Sure. Again, he's on mobile. It's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind. It's on mobile. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So I can't play this one. Darn it. I really wanted to, but it looks like that one's out of the question now. So, biggie moves. This poke is a very fine reduction. This jumpy is a pretty fine all the things. I don't know. I guess we'll play some light stuff. I can push here first. It hurts his 1 stone. Keeps him from dropping down, which is one of his big points that I haven't mentioned. He can Hane, and he's nice and easy. Nice and easy area for him. Interesting to play that. I'll grant. I'll grant. I almost needed an undo. I almost clicked the clamp instead, which wouldn't have been bad, but nothing that I meant to play. Oof, 38 minutes this game's been played? Really? Wow. Wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. Pushing on in. Nice and gentle. Nice and genteel. Careful, cutting point. Careful, cutting point. Okay. And I'll just end my Sensei by taking the 1 point off of him. B4 is huge. Connecting up is okay, but you can see that there's a Pokey Point there. Tell you what, I'm going to just start going into endgame on him. So we can go ahead and end this game. So I'm probably going to time-lapse the rest of this, and I'll see you in review.
Remove the dead stones.
All right, so here we go. End of the game.
You have won.
Thanks for the game. Do I want to give Gunther the... I don't know. Shoot. Why not? All right. I did it. He was a friendly guy, so I decided why not? Why not? Why not? There, I linked him. Now, I think I'm going to disappear out of that and review a different way now. Alright, so I didn't want to actually review it with him actually there, because I thought that was just going to be a little weird and creepy. So I'm going to review on here. Alright, so, as you know, I was black this game. Usually if we were going to play anything, we would play it here instead. And then exchange something a bit like that. Bit of a better result, in my opinion. This isn't bad, but you do need to keep this one space or maybe a small knight. Only thing about the small knight, though, is it opens up the approach from hello. It opens up the approach over here, because this cut is kind of a thing still. So this would be ideal, and then black would extend. Let's see. Grabbed extension, 3-3, which I think is a huge mistake. I don't think Qs in general are ready for 3-3 variations, in my opinion. A lot of people disagree. I know. I get hate for that. I really do. It's fine. I understand. But alright, I was 3-3'd, which means I now have a wall that has an extension. Now, thankfully, I don't play the proper variations here to make 100% use of that. If I was to just play for Sensei, however, and then keep taking big points, I'm now taking big points, and I have a place on top of the board where I can build off of pretty easy, and that's huge, mate. So this should be this Sensei elsewhere, ideally. I mean, yeah, I've got almost a half board wall. That's true, absolutely true. But that's just the name of the game. When you're 3-3ing. This is awkward because now you need to play here, and then you need to connect there. I would defend. Everyone's nice and strong. Unfortunately, I'm making this exchange here. I have even stronger on top, which makes J17 even more useful, but, you know, whatever. This, I should just go ahead and play here because he has to not be dead. And then we just go ahead and kill it like so. Now I've got insane amounts of strength from this wall. Played here. This was just weird. This is just weird. If I really wanted to be a giant jerk, I could play something, let's say like this one maybe, before playing here. That way, this only has 3 liberties, something like that maybe. I don't know. Could also, hello. Could also play here. Double Atari. Connect that way. That's also huge. I protected. He approached. Okay. Hard to really say what to play here. Traditionally, we would play like a light shape here. And then go from there. That's not DDK level though. I might just suggest connecting and make a base. That might be easier. Maybe a tiger mouth. And then again, just light shape to get out of here. Could be better. Ideally, if you're jumping with the start point there so you know you can't get the easy base, I would consider this one instead. Because you've got more to work with if you're kicked. Here, so important to extend and watch those cutting point or those liberties. Instead, we got to really, really, really hurt this group. I could Hane here, because that's a ladder to the end of the board. But always connected, nice and simple. Nice and simple, nice and simple, nice and simple. Not sure what this is really doing. We really need to just get this group some light shaping out. This is strange, because now I'm kind of being attacked. And I could absolutely play this way to just kill everything. You know? I could just commence starting to just try and murder every last thing on Zibardo. Connecting here seems kind of important because our stone's in trouble. Did some light shape here. Things are kind of working out. I would definitely consider pincering here. We give up the corner. But we're developing. Go back and play a big move over here. Could be playable still. This could still be a variation. Yeah, don't push unless you're going to cut. Here you can't, and then that was reverse Sensei. Even this is small. Like, that's what, 4 stones? Like, you're not actually going to cut that anytime soon. I get too many moves elsewhere. Got a base. I guess this is okay. You could play here into here. And then like there into there. Something like this would be Sensei. Only problem is you're on the 6th line, so moves that are played even over in here probably still have a very good chance of just living. Because 4th line is for influence, 3rd line is for territory. 6th line is for hopes and dreams. Here, super important to connect, like I mentioned. And yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, from here, we're just kind of losing out on liberties. Definitely need to come out, though. If you can, if it's at all possible. Because unfortunately, there is still so much Baduk here. It's just ridiculous. Like, we can't really play this one, for example. As you can see, this gets killed. So much Baduk in that middle. Could have played here. No reason not to. But, yeah, not a bad, not terrible game. For 17Q. Ooh, watch this, though. I could Hane here, or cut here, sorry. You take. and then that's dead. So beware of this shape. The 2 with the 1 Hane on the first line, you kind of gotta like back off here a little bit. Here it's safe to Hane because double Atari, just take both of them out, no problem. And now we're alive. Speaking of that shape though, that brings us back to this. This, yes, we don't want to do because this would be Ko or straight death. But after the extend once, you can play, because any kind of move here kills the 2 stones. Huge to get this one in. Like here, this sticks is connected. And there's some endgamey stuff here. But if I just get to connect underneath here completely, all that turns into territory. That's kind of sad. Anyway, cool game. Hope you enjoyed DDK Basics today, and I will see you all next time. Take care, everybody.